Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new. Today I am so excited. I am doing my 24 for 2024. These are the reads that I have not yet gotten to that I must get to in 2024. There is no excuses whatsoever. I'm going to tilt the camera down a little bit because I feel like this is a little weird. Okay, you know what? Whatever. I'm just sitting in my book room. Whatever. So like I said, these are the 24 for 2024. These are the books that are on my TBR, my physical TBR, that have been sitting there for however long that I must get to this year. There are no ifs, ands, or buts, okay? I gotta get to these. Make sure you leave a comment down below and let me know what your 2024 must-reads are. And if any of these are on your list, or if I should start with any of these first, if they're like your favorite book ever, let me know. Some of them are series, some of them are standalones, but regardless, I'm just gonna go. There's absolutely no order to this madness. There is just madness. The first one is The Collected Regrets of Clover by Nikki. This book I have heard so many good things about. This was a book of the month pick, obviously, in May. So it has been sitting on my shelf since May of 2023. So I really want to get to this. It's very short. I picked this originally because it just sounded like something that I would be very interested in. Essentially, it is a book about a girl who's a death doula. Here's the thing, guys. I like to go into books not knowing too much about them, but with this one, I think she saw her kindergarten teacher die, and ever since then, she's been fascinated by death. So she's a death doula, and it just kind of talks about that. I had never heard of a death doula. I didn't even know that was a thing, honestly, until I saw this. So very curious about it. I feel like it's going to be one of those books that's going to hit, be very hard-hitting and emotional and stuff like that, and I love books like that, so very excited for this one. Vanessa is going to kill me if I don't get to these. They are the Binding 13 and Keeping 13, the Boys of Tommen series. I have literally only heard good things about these books. They're by Chloe Walsh. She got me, I believe, the first one for my birthday last year, which was in September, and I went ahead and got the second one because I knew that the first one ended on a cliffhanger. But I gotta get to these, and I honestly am so excited to get to these because I've, like I said, heard nothing but good things. Alright, my camera does not like me. It cut off on me, but I was saying I've heard nothing but good things about these books. The Boys of Tommen series. Tommen, I don't know if I'm saying that right. So I can't wait to read them. I know that they're following two characters, Johnny and Shannon. If I got that wrong, you guys are gonna kill me. But yeah, I think Shannon was like bullied at her first school, so she ends up going to another school, and Johnny plays something, a sport, and he hits her in the head with a ball. I don't know. It's a love story, I think. Gotta get to them, okay? I gotta know because I like to be up in the hyped things. This next one really scares me. I'm not even gonna lie. I am terrified to read this because I feel like I may be too stupid to read this. But I really, really, really liked her other book that I read last year, Yellowface. So I really liked her writing. But anyways, I need to get to Babel by R.F. Kuang. This book, yeah, I don't know anything about it. I know it's based in the 1800s. I think it's fantasy, and it has to do with languages. And I know this is going to make me cry if I understand it. I have no faith in myself. But I need to know. I need to know what this is about and why it's so hyped. And also, I need it off my TBR shelf. It needs to get off of the TBR shelf. Next is a childhood book that I recently got because the newest one came out last year, and it's been like a really long time since this author put out any books from the series, but it is Aragon by Christopher Paolini. This is actually the signed edition from Barnes & Noble. I was able to pick this up during the Barnes & Noble Black Friday sale. So really cool. I did read this as a child. Just when you have signed books, it makes it all the better. I did read this series as a child, and I genuinely have no idea what it's about. I know it's about dragons. It's literally been so long. So I want to read this, see what I think about the series, and if I would like to continue. But yeah, I figure this would be a fun little fantasy read. Also, if I'm not telling you what the book's about, it's because I genuinely don't know what they're about. So yeah. The next one I have had on my shelf for literally like 2 years, and you will know because of the version of this book that I have. It is Alone with You in the Ether by Olivia Blake. This is the indie edition, which I'm honestly really glad I have, because when I bought this, did not realize it was getting picked up to be published, and I saw the original cover, not the original cover, the published cover of this book with the, I think it's bees or something, and I don't like it. But I've heard phenomenal things about this book. I don't think I've ever actually read an Olivia Blake book all the way through. I have started the Atlas 6 and stopped it because it just wasn't the vibe for me at the time, but I do want to pick that up again eventually. But yeah, I've heard just this is a heart-wrenching love story, and I love heart-wrenching love stories. So I mean, I love smut and stuff like that, but like honestly, a really good love story that just like makes me feel everything is top tier. The next one, it was actually a recommendation from Vanessa. So she recommended I read Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. She actually recommended this to Nikki and I. She read this in 2023 and absolutely adored it. She gave it 5 stars. I know this is a dark romance. Other than that, I really don't know what it's about. So excited to read it and figure it out. I happen to really like dark romances, and I trust Vanessa with her dark romance recommendations because she is honestly the queen of dark romances. This next one, honestly, everything by this author has been like a 6-star read for me, but it is Carrie Soto Is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I need to read this. I know Carrie Soto was a character in some of her other books. What I really like about Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing in her books is that she has like this whole universe, and no, you don't have to have read the other ones to read any of them. However, it really helps. Like it doesn't help, but like it gives you a little bit of backstory. So Carrie Soto was a character in Malibu Rising, and this is like her story. She's a tennis player. She retired, and then she decides to go back to tennis. Honestly, Taylor Jenkins Reid writes so many amazing like female protagonists, and just they're so empowering, and I just love them so much. I will read anything this woman writes. Next is a book that you're going to be like, why have you not read this yet? This is insane. But it is the Inheritance Game series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is actually the Barnes & Noble exclusive. I got it because it was pretty. I only have this one, so I figured I'd read the first one, see if I like it, and then I'll continue on with the series if I so please. But yeah, this is, I think, like, got like puzzles, and it's kind of like a mystery type of book. It is YA. Very excited to read that. The next one, you guys, you have full permission to come at me if I do not read this book this year and read it soon, because honestly, what the heck am I doing with my life? I don't even know why I haven't read this yet. I'm so disappointed in myself. Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. It's gotten to the point, so I read One Dark Window last year, freaking loved it. Okay, I freaking loved it. It started me on my tabbing journey. That's how good it was. I bought tabs to tab that book. Immediately ordered this one, and I haven't read it. What is wrong with me? I don't know, but this is super high on the priority list. If I don't get to this like next month, please somebody come and take everything. Take my book talk away from me, because it's not book talk. Take my booktube away from me, because I'm an imposter. Okay, I need to read this, and it's gotten to the point where I'm gonna have to reread One Dark Window, because yes, I do remember that book, but like I need to, this is all there is. I need to soak it up. So this, such a high priority. Next, my husband will probably kill me if I don't read this year, but it is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. This series is one of his favorite series. I've literally heard nothing but good things about this series, and I think that's why it intimidates me, because I actually tend to like sci-fi books, sci-fi, fantasy, dystopian type of books. But the series is so well loved. I'm scared, but I gotta read it. So I will be reading that. Okay, next we have a series. I think the next book actually comes out this year, which was in my 2024 most anticipated. Why am I putting that in my most anticipated when I haven't even read any of the other books? I don't know, toxic trait. But it's the Belladonna series. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what I'm gonna call it. It's the Belladonna series. So we've got Belladonna and Foxglove. Yes, I have 2 editions of Belladonna, okay, because this one, let me just tell you, this one has the pink sprayed edges. It's paperback. How am I supposed to say no to this? Okay, so this is the first one I got. Well, then Foxglove came out, and I was like, are you kidding me? Look, the freaking receipt is still in here. The freaking receipt is still in this book. Are you kidding me with this cover? Are you kidding me? So I was like, shoot, now I have these 2, and I was like, you know what? It's fine, because it has pink sprayed edges, hot pink sprayed edges at that. Then my luck, you guys, I don't know how this happened to me, but I was in Target, and this has been well after these have like come and gone, okay, because it's just the first edition print runs that have the special cover. I was in Target, I saw a little bit on the thing, I was like, there's no way, there's no freaking way. Yes, there was a way. I came across this at Target for like 12 bucks. I was like, are you kidding me? Add to cart. So now I have 2 copies, so hopefully I really like this book, because yeah, I don't know what this is about. I think it's like a fantasy YA. She's like got something to do with death. I don't know, everybody loves it though, so hopefully I do too. Then we've got the well loved Knock 'Em Out series by Lucy Score. So that consists of Things We Never Got Over, Things We Hide from the Light, and Things We Left Behind. I'm very excited to get to this one, because this is like everybody's favorite. I'm not super thrilled about this one, because it does have like a police officer like romance thing. I just don't feel like that's gonna be my thing. And then this one, I don't know anything about, but very excited to get to these, so I can have an opinion on them. They're also really freaking cute, so I need to get to those. Then we've got the one, the only Magnolia Park series. I do have the other 2 books, but they're the indie versions, and I just ordered the last 2 from Blackwell's, so that should be here soon. But I have the first 2, which is Magnolia Parks and Daisy Hates, by Jessa Hastings. First of all, these covers, okay, am I right? These covers, so gorgeous. I just read Never by Jessa Hastings, and her writing was freaking fantastic. I want to drop everything and start these, but I have some priority reads right now because they're like from the library and all that stuff, but these will be coming very soon. I cannot wait. Then we have Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. I followed this lady on TikTok throughout her writing journey with this book. I'm so excited to read this. I know the second one comes out this year. I don't have any excuse as to why I haven't read it. It's about basically like a demon type thing that puts up, a villain that puts up like an employment ad, and they're just, the banter is just, it's really funny. So I did a terrible job explaining that, but I can't wait to read this book. Then we have The Hunger Games Ballad of Songbird and Snakes. I read The Hunger Games when I was younger. It's by Suzanne Collins, obviously. I read the Hunger Games series when I was younger, loved it, loved the movies, did the whole midnight release thing for the movies. This just came out, and the movie for it just came out, and I am forcing myself to read this before I see the movie, but I'm dying to see the movie. That cover though, so pretty. Okay. Are you catching a trend here? If the cover's pretty, I will buy it. Speaking of if the cover's pretty, I have not read this because I am just slow on the bandwagon, but then they came out with this cover, this edition, and I bought it, so now I gotta read it. But it's a well-loved favorite. It's Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. This edition is so freaking stunning, first of all. Second of all, it's annotated, which is just so cool because I know this is a romance and I happen to love annotating romances. So the fact that this is annotated by the author is just really cool, and I'm really excited to read this and understand what the hype is about. So yeah. Then we have a fantasy that is super, super, super high up there for me that I really want to get to. It is Defy the Night by Bridget Kimmerer. This, I know the third one literally is coming out or just came out. I think it just came out. I've heard nothing but good things about this, and honestly it sounds so good. I'm just gonna read it to you because it sounds so good. In the wilds of Kandala, apothecary apprentice Tessa Cade has watched people suffer from a mysterious sickness for too long, all while the only cure, Moonflower Elixir, is saved for the wealthy. So every night she defies the royal edicts and sneaks out, stealing moonflower petals and leaving the elixir for those in need. In the palace of Kandala, Prince Korik serves as the king's justice, meting out vicious punishment to agitators and outlaws. Korik must strike fear into the heart of his kingdom. With a shortage of elixir and threats of rebellion looming, the king's grip on power is tenuous at best, but Korik knows his brother is the kingdom's best hope for survival. When an act of unspeakable cruelty brings Tessa and Korik face to face, the outlaw and the royal are confronted with an impossible choice and a surprising spark. Will they follow their instincts to destroy each other, or will they save the kingdom together and let that spark ignite? That sounds so good and so unique. Honestly, I can't wait to read this. Then we have another series that if I don't get to this year, also please come after me. I'm going to try to speed through the rest of this video because most of these you probably already know what they're about. They're very popular. This is the Devil's Night series by Penelope Douglas. Look, I'm a Penelope Douglas stan. Credence, we don't talk about her. We just ignore her. We forget that Penelope had anything to do with that. But I've heard very exciting things about this. This is a dark romance series, and I'm very excited. Siri, stop listening to me. Okay, speeding through. Then we have the Caraval trilogy series, whatever. I know that the author actually just announced that another one's coming out. It's called Spectacular or something like that, so high priority. I need to get to these because of that, because of the hype around the series. I need to know what it's about, but also because I am dying to get to the Ballad of Never After series. I never have read these, but I bought the UK covers because they're so, look at this. Stunning, okay? This is not in order. Stunning. Stunning. Okay, so I gotta figure out, but I like to read series in order, and I know people are like, oh, you can read it without reading Caraval, but I want to read Carvel, so I will be reading Carvel too before I get to those. Then we have A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed. I've just heard nothing but good things about this. It's like dark academia, kind of fantasy. I believe it's YA. It's short. We love it. Moving on. Nikki actually recommended this book to me, and honestly, guys, had she not recommended it to me, I would never have read this because I'm so scared. I'm scared, okay? I am a Twilight stan. Look, I grew up with Twilight, went to the midnight releases, was at Barnes & Noble the day of each book release. Have I read Midnight Sun? No, but we're not going to talk about that. But anyways, she recommended that I read From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I am nervous. I'm 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 nervous because I know this is about vampires, and honestly, it's not what you think, okay? I'm nervous because I know it's about vampires, and I'm scared that I'm gonna like these vampires better than those vampires because I feel like these have smut. Then we have a book that Vanessa actually got me when we met. It is Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco. I've heard nothing but good things, and the fact that this is a standalone fantasy book, yes, I love it. I am here for it. Also, this pink Barnes & Noble, like, this is me in a book. But yeah, very excited to read this. I actually have plans to read this very soon. Also, look at the map in here. Oh my god, I just realized. So stunning. Okay, and then last but certainly not least, I have to, you guys, have to. This is no if, ands, or buts. If none of these get read this year, cancel me, but also this needs to get read, okay? And this is a big boy, okay? This series is a big boy, but oh, it's Throne of Glass. The Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I had plans to read this. I had plans. And sometimes our plans don't work out. But this year, our plans are going to work out because I am forcing myself to read these before the new Crescent City, not before the new Crescent City book comes out, because that would be amazing. If I could do that, let's not get our expectations up because that's not happening. Anyways, I have to read these before I read the new Crescent City book because and I know there's different viewpoints. Some people are like, you have to read all of her books before you read Crescent City. Some people are like, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I am reading all of them, okay? Because I just want to, okay? I just want to. I don't want to hear it. I just want to. So these will be getting read, and I'm so excited to do a tandem read. It'll be my first ever tandem read, and I'm nervous, and I'm scared, and I'm excited, and yeah. Also, look how big Kingdom of Ash is. It's terrifying. Okay, but anyways, that is all for my 24 before 2024. Obviously, I have a ton more books on my TBR that I need to get to because this is the year that we limit our book buying and read our TBR because my TBR is overflowing, and honestly, my husband is like, if I have to buy you another bookshelf before you read some of these, he would do it. He's really nice, actually. He's the best husband in the world, and I love him so much. But I would feel bad about it. So I need to do it because these books, like I said, I mean, these are amazing books, and this is only a little bit of my TBR. So we got to get to these, and then we got to get to those, and then we got to... I'm getting overwhelmed. Okay, anyways, that is the video for today. Why don't I know how to end these anymore? Love you. Thanks for watching. Oh, also, quick announcement. I am going to start streaming, doing live stream productivity streams frequently. Friday evenings. That is the best day that works for my schedule with my son having sports and just life and all that stuff. So I hope to see you there occasionally. Sometimes it'll get moved around. Sometimes it'll be from like 6 to 9. Sometimes it'll be like during the day, but it'll always be Fridays. So I hope to see you there. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. And comment. Let me know what you're up to in 2024, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys!